Today's walk of discovery is in Knaresborough, North Yorkshire, England. The market town of Knaresborough is famous for its public display of art techniques of trompe-l'oeil, the painting style that sets out to fool the eye into seeing a painted picture as something real. In 1786, King George III imposed taxes, including a window tax, to fund a war against France. The tax applied to property owners with windows, causing financial strain for many who couldn't afford it. Disputes arose between the landlords and the tenants over window cost. Since most houses didn't have many windows, having a painted one helped make your house look nicer and also allowed you to avoid paying extra taxes on windows. Early in the year 2000s, the Knaresborough in Bloom Committee, together with the Fever Committee, discussed a suggestion from the Fever Visual Arts Director, local artist Julia Cope, that she could produce an artwork using the art technique of trompe-l'oeil, deceiving the eye, in a prominent position on Knaresborough High Street to advertise the Fever Week. Fever is Knaresborough's festival of visual arts and entertainment. This is the first trompe-l'oeil painting of a pink doorway and windows on either side. Pink is the Fever colour. This artist puts herself in two self-portraits showing her working precariously on site and enjoying a well-earned break above. Blind Jack, born John Metcalfe in 1717, overcame early adversity, losing his sight to smallpox at age 6. Undeterred, he led a rich life, excelling as a fiddle player and gaining fame as a groundbreaking road builder, constructing about 170 miles of road during the early Turnpike era. Here he is seen playing the fiddle to customers in the pub that now bears his name. James Ginger Lacey, born in Wetherby, attended King James's School, Knaresborough, a renowned World War II fighter pilot. He shot down 18 planes in the Battle of Britain, the highest amongst RAF pilots. His final tally at the end of the war was 28 downed planes. King John, often unfavorably compared to his brother Richard, had a notable connection to Knaresborough. He fortified the castle, using it for hunting in the forest of Knaresborough. The inaugural Royal Monday occurred on the 5th of April 1210, as King John distributed gifts to 13 poor men in Knaresborough, personally giving alms. This window is of Ursula Suntiel, better known as Mother Shipton. She was born in 1488 in Knaresborough. Although little is known about her parents, legend has it that she was born during a violent thunderstorm in a cave on the banks of the river near Knaresborough. The hanging items in the painting signifies a link to the Drooping Well, tied to the legend due to its perceived magical purifying qualities. She is credited with predicting events as diverse as the Spanish Armada, the Civil War, the Great Fire of London in 1666, and the Great Plague, 1665. Guy Fawkes, born in York, later lived in Scotland near Knaresborough when his widowed mother remarried a Catholic. Introduced to Catholicism by his stepfather, Fawkes attempted to assassinate King James I and the House of Lords in 1605 in the Gunpowder Plot. The image depicts a hypothetical second chance for him to execute the plot in Knaresborough. Queen Philippe, who married Edward III at York Minster in 1328, and spent her honeymoon at Knaresborough Castle. Edward III granted Knaresborough Castle to his wife in 1332 as part of their marriage settlement. She periodically resided there and funded the restorations of St. John's Parish Church. Depicted on a tapestry, she is seen providing money for this cause. Her son, the Black Prince, is portrayed as a child with a wooden sword. The Black Death, symbolized by a black rat, arrived in Knaresborough in 1349. The English Civil War split Knaresborough, with the castle held by the Royalists. Following the parliamentarian victory at the Battle of Marston Moor in July 1644, the castle endured a siege until December. On December the 20th, the Royalists surrendered as the walls were breached. In 1648, after the war, the castle was dismantled. Knaresborough Zoo, established in 1965 at Conningham Hall, gained fame for its lion, elephants and snakes. However, deteriorating conditions led to its closure in 1985, denied a license. The I Street Virtual Zoo, free of such concerns, features a content giraffe and zebra. This window at the bottom of Knaresborough High Street shows Brian Robinson, an English road cyclist in the 1950s and early 1960s. He was the first Briton to complete the Tour de France and win a stage, opening doors for fellow Britons in professional cycling in mainland Europe. This window depicts Beryl Burton OBE, a local icon in cycling, dominated UK women's cycle racing with over 90 domestic championships, 7 world titles and numerous national records. Notably, her 12-hour time trial women's record surpassed the men's for 2 years. A painted window of John Wesley is on the external wall of Gracious Street Methodist Church Hall. John Wesley, along with his brother, founded the Methodist movement. He visited Knaresborough on the 27th of May 1742 on his way to Newcastle. A small group soon began to meet and people called Methodists grew in numbers. A small meeting house had been built on Bond End by 1795, and as the numbers grew, a larger building was needed, participating in the move to Gracious Street in 1815. This trompe-l'oeil was commissioned by the captain of the Knaresborough Guild of Bell Ringers. It's placed on the side of an old phone box next to King James's School, Knaresborough. The life-size painting shows a student making a call from a phone box. Waiting outside the box is a hearing dog. Celebrating fever, there's someone peering out of the letterbox. The door is in the process of being painted, and if you look carefully, someone else is behind the leaflet in the window. Inspired by the association of Knaresborough with the magic through local legendary prophetess Mother Shipton, this is one of 2 Harry Potter scenes now adorning the town. This window celebrates the town's art festival Fever. The reflections of the houses supposedly opposite is an excellent example of trompe-l'oeil, while the pink leaflet on the windowsill is a close representation of the actual festival leaflet. Homage to Harry Potter. These windows aren't just paintings, they're a glimpse into the town's rich history and vibrant community. Each stroke of the brush tells a story. Hugh de Morville took refuge in Knaresborough Castle. He was one of 4 knights who murdered Thomas Becket in Canterbury. Celebrating the 2014 Tour de France. Knaresborough Railway Station was built in 1851. Ticket office at the Knaresborough Railway Station. This mural is entitled The Secret Tunnel. It's on the York-bound platform at the Knaresborough Station, created by Peter Kearney. This mural was created in 2005. Looking Out, celebrating Fever 2005. The Fraser Theatre. In 1968 it was renamed by the Knaresborough Players in honour of their benefactor. This mural, created by Sam Porter, sets out to encapsulate the countryside and to create an illusion of stepping back into nature. He incorporates a spiral staircase into his work, which instead of leading into the side of a building with no doors, now leads to the open sky with birds swooping overhead and butterflies and bees all around. To prolong the life of the doors and window panels, they are taken down each autumn and stored in the vaults of a local bank. From quaint alleyways to historic buildings, Trent Roy murals in Knaresborough breathe life into the town's services. These artful illusions narrate tales of the town's past, turning every corner into a canvas that invites you to see beyond the ordinary. Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and hit that notification bell for the next video.